Hey guys, I wanted to show you some quick Disney style eyes, and you can practice these little techniques. Hopefully you learn something from them. This is how I draw most of my characters. We'll just start out with some circles, and then I'll draw the eyes the way that I normally make the eyes. Okay, so first I have a center line for the face, so that kind of just shows me like where the character is looking. So if it's this way, then the character's sort of looking here. This way, then the character's sort of looking here. This way, the character's looking here. So that's all the center line is, because the head is a sphere. So the next thing that I do is I kind of make a wide V, and then I make like a U on top. So this kind of shows me where the eye sockets will be, because I just like to draw my characters with nice big eye sockets. Okay, so now that you have your eye sockets, you can use that to sort of figure out where you want the eyeballs to go. So I'm going to use that bottom line. I'm going to make this curve here for the bottom part of the eye. And then I can make the circle in that for the rest of the eye. And over here, since he's sort of looking in this direction, I'm going to make it a little darker over here. This will kind of act like the eyelash, but I'm going to do the same thing because I want the eye to be on the same plane. So I'm going to start over here, and then I'm going to draw that eye coming off like that. And still using that same bottom line. And since he's looking this way, this is going to be like this as well, the little eyelash type area. So that's kind of how that works. And then to kind of, even though the head will go like this, I usually make this for the nose, and then I do the nose down here, something like that. Or if it's an animal, then the nose might come off, and the nose could be here. Something like that. Make this guy happy, since okay, so now for this guy, let's see. So sometimes I do the actual like eyebrow type areas, like I'll make if it's a really big expression, then sometimes I'll kind of draw that first, like here. And I'll still use this bottom line again. It's really, really helpful. I'm going to make the first eye, and then I'm going to make this line because his head is so far this way. So I'm going to use that line, and then I'm just going to make sure that my eye is equal with this one. And sometimes I have to adjust that, but just as long as you're aware of it. Oops. Okay, now we make the dark areas. And we just need a little bit over here because this is kind of in the way. And then let's make them looking up. And you want the eyes to be even as well, because it'll look weird if like one eye is down a little bit too far. It'll look just the slightest bit off, but it really makes a difference. And after a while, you can sort of learn how to match them up to each other. And also, if they're looking down or if they're looking a certain direction, then instead of doing a complete circle, do a thinner circle. So like if he's looking over here, then I'll do a really thin circle. Something like that. He's looking down, make it kind of thin. And you can even make it so it sort of extrudes from the eye a little bit. That's sort of a nice look. And then again, you can make this line here would come down, and depending on what kind of animal it was. Apparently this is a hippo, I think. Although I don't really know how to draw hippos. I just know they have big teeth, big tusks. You can even make the eyebrows way up there if you want. And let's make his little eye sockets here. And I'm going to keep this in a triangle, so I'm going to sort of, we'll make him kind of upset. So I use those lines again, and then I'm going to add another line here, because if this is the eyebrow, he still has the eyelid. So still want to draw the eyelid. And we'll make his eyes, he's really annoyed. Super annoyed. And then let's see, what creature should this be? We'll just make it. I don't know what it is. Some sort of wolf man or something. And sometimes if he's not mad enough, if he's not angry enough, then you can bring that down a little bit further. Sometimes you got to bring it down a little further and really, really have it bite into that eye. But I just wanted to show you a quick tutorial about how I make eyes. Just don't overthink them. Just remember that they have to be, like if the nose is here, if you're making the other eye, you want them both to be equal. You want them both to be on equal. When you make the eyeball, you want them both to be equal. It's just something very important to think about. So just practice. Just take circles. Just take spheres. Start with your center line. Figure out what you want the eye sockets to be. You can do a nice round. And then just use those bottom lines. And you can make all different kinds of eyes. Make a happy guy. Oh, another thing that I like to do, when the cheek is up really high, you can go like this. That actually looks like it's closed, which you can also do. But then you make the same things, and it really makes them look like they're smiling. When you bring those like bottom lids up. So just another thing to kind of think about. He looks terrible, but you get the point. I'll draw another quick one because he was so bad. sockets. Alright, hope that was useful. Keep drawing, and I will see you guys in the next video. And also be sure to check out my newest Skillshare course, directfordave.com.